2020, what a year. It's over and done for me. It's been a hell of a year for you, it's been a hell of a year for me, it's been a hell of a year for the whole world. I mean, what can we really say about it? It's been something. A few years ago I went away from doing the New Year's resolution thing because it seemed empty, it seemed hollow, nothing ever really sort of came of it. And I heard this idea that you pick one word and you go after that one thing, and that becomes your motivation to get through the year. Now for me, coming into 2020, the word I chose was growth. I was planning on growing this YouTube channel. I was planning on growing my business endeavors to try and make it so I had to work less and I could have more of a steady stream of income from doing things that I enjoyed doing. That's what I thought when I said growth. I didn't realize that would mean putting this to the side, putting a bunch of other stuff to the side as well, and focusing on myself. And it turns out 2020 has been a year for growth for me. And it's been hard growth. I have been through some things this year, which I would like to say I could have done without, but I always have that weird thing where you can't be happy where you are now if you're regretting things that have happened to you in the past, because those things that have happened to you is what's brought you to this place. So you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those other things. So a roundabout way of saying I'm happy right now. I'm happy to be where I'm at. I feel this sense of peace through myself. I feel this sense of strength in myself that I haven't felt for a long time. I came into 2020 drunk. I'm leaving 2020 87 days sober. That in itself is a major thing for me. An even bigger thing has been the fact that I'm now more able to sit with my emotions, to deal with my emotions, to feel them, to process them, and to work through them without looking for escape, distraction, running away from them as I have done in the past. I've faced some challenges this year and I've faced a lot of them head on and managed to keep my head through a lot of it. Hey, no one's perfect. I'm very far from perfect. I've made plenty of mistakes this year, just as I did the year before and just as I'm sure I will next year. But I've been better able to deal with them and process them and work through them. So I guess in a roundabout way, what I'm saying is 2020 has been a ridiculously hard year. But it's good to be here. It's good to be where I am now. And it's been a good year for me. I feel a little bit guilty saying that because a lot of people have had a really tough year. A lot of people have faced a lot of struggles and are still struggling. We don't know what's coming next in the world. My daughter asked me today, when's Corona going to be over? Who can answer that, honestly? We thought it was a thing of the past and it's just starting to fire up again in Australia and we're facing more restrictions at the moment. But we just got to take it in our stride, roll with it, do what we can to get through and keep on moving. So I just wanted to give you a end of year touch base update with where I'm at and how that sobriety is going. And it's amazing, I'm feeling back to that soberholic, back to that mindset of enjoying being sober. Tonight's New Year's. For many years I spent New Year's drinking. You know, I would plan my entire life around this night out drinking. Tonight I've had my daughter, we had glow sticks, we had a fire out the back, we had marshmallows. It was just a great night and I'm sitting here stone cold sober on the first wee hours of 2021 and I'm happy and I'm excited. Now the word I've chosen for this year is me. I want to focus on me. I want to get myself to where I want to be. I don't know exactly what that looks like. I mean, me today right here is a very different me to what I thought I was going to be this time a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I honestly, right now, I'm 34. I couldn't even recognize myself as 24-year-old me. My values have changed, my thoughts have changed, my beliefs have changed, my priorities have changed. At 24, the idea of having a child, That was terrifying. At 34, I don't know how I managed to survive without one. I don't know how I lived without this much love and joy in my life. You can see the Christmas tree is still up. For many, many years, I did not have a Christmas tree because I just... What does Christmas mean? You know, when you don't have that family, you don't have that ties, you're away from home. What does it really mean? It's a day off work, it's a holiday. It's still here because Mika's still here and she loves it. So it's staying. This is what I mean. I can't even recognize my past self. And I can only imagine where I'm going to be in 10 years time. And I don't know where that's going to be or what that's going to look like. But I know I want to start setting the foundation for that right now. I've already been doing that work on myself. But this year I really want to focus on doing that work and getting closer to that person who I want to be. That person who can be really proud when they wake up in the morning. I spent a lot of years looking at this reflection in the mirror and hating what was staring back at me. I still have days like that. I probably will always have days like that. But I want to get to a point where I can look at that reflection looking back at me and be proud of it and proud of where I am. And it's already happening, but I really want to focus on that for 2021 because I don't know what's happening in the world. I don't know what's going to happen around me. So much of this year has happened that I could have never pictured, I could have never imagined, but it has happened. And I've had to deal with that, and a lot of that is external, it's outside of my control. So I've got to roll with it, I've got to flow with it, I've got to change and adapt. And I want to focus more on me and being in a position where those big waves coming from the outside hit me, but don't knock me clean off my foundation. They just rattle me a little bit. I adapt, I adjust, and I get through. And I'm already heading towards that. But that's going to be my focus. And I am rambling and rambling and rambling, and I just... What do I need to say? 2020's done, 2021 is tomorrow, but every day is a new day. The future is completely unwritten. It's an empty book. We can write on those pages whatever we want, but we need to start making decisions for that today. So I guess on that bombshell, I'm going to leave it up. And then I'm going to clean up this bomb side of a house because I had a very ruckus 5-year-old here for New Year's. Anyway, if you've stuck around this long, thank you so much for watching. I love you. See you on the next one. Bye!
Don't wake me